identifying the skills gaps. Now, let me go back real quick. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. Step one, we define the target. So we figured out exactly what type of career we want. Okay. Number two, we research the end goal, meaning what does it really take to get this? Like, what does it really take? I know what's on Reddit. I know what people are saying, but what do I actually need to get this role? Okay. And then number three, we broke that down into milestones and we put it in order. Okay. We know we want to become a manager, for example. We will need to be an analyst first, then a senior analyst, and then move our way up to being a manager. You follow me? So now we're on step four. Now we're on step four. I'm excited, man. So this is a crucial moment of self-reflection. Okay. Now this is where we get real. We got the goal. We know what we need to do. We done broke it down into steps, into milestones. Now we need to make a self audit. Okay. And you're going to be asking yourself, how many of these do I really, really have? And you got to be, this is where you have to be real, because there's nothing worse than thinking that you're better than what you actually are, or thinking that you hold more value in the job market than what people are really willing to pay. I always remember my mentor told me it's not about how much you think it is, right? The value is what somebody willing to pay for, not how much you value it. And that it sometimes can be yourself. It can be something you're selling, something tangible, a product or something like that. So with that being said, what did I just say? Gotta be honest. Gotta be real. What do I already have? Okay. And how does these things I have align with my target? Do it really align with my target? If it doesn't, that's cool. But at this moment, this is where you got to really lay it out on the line. You got to make a gap analysis. Okay. So what that means is when you have the skills, the experience that you already, figured out what you need to get this role in the last step, and you broke it down into milestones. Now you need to say, okay, categorize this thing out. Is this something technical that I'm lacking? Is it a soft skill? Is it industry knowledge? Or is it certifications? And what I like to do, what I did was I made like a chart, and I wish I would have brought it with me, but I made a chart and I had these different things on the chart. And I was real with myself. I was like, well, I'm really, really strong on soft skills, but I don't have the technical skill. I don't have the industry knowledge, and I damn sure don't have the certifications. So I had to make a path, and I tied the gap analysis to the milestones. And I was saying like, okay, I want to improve my communication skills. I know I need more certifications. I know I need to kind of read up on the industry a little bit and find out where the industry is headed. Because I also want to make sure the skills that I'm acquiring, I don't want to acquire skills just to acquire skills. I don't want to acquire certifications just to get certifications. No, I want to get things that's going to actually lead me to the goal to what I want to accomplish. You following me? Okay, so look at this. What does it say? Once you have your list of gaps, prioritize them. This is essential. Prioritize. Personally, I like to prioritize what's going to have the biggest impact first. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about, because I don't want you to think I'm just capping, right? Let me show you what I mean. Oh, let me go. Okay, I'm going to go back to the beginner. Okay, so this is roadmaps.sh. Matter of fact, I can put a link to this down in the description as well. So, for example, I want to become a DevOps / cloud engineer. I've been working towards this for the last couple of months, going on 3 months, right? And on this roadmap, it tells you specifically what skills you need to have in order to qualify for entry level to mid level roles. So, one of the toughest things for me over the years has been learning how to program. It has been kicking my ass for a long time. More specifically, C sharp. So I got away from C sharp. I said, all right, that's a little more advanced. Let me start off with Python. So I've been learning Python. Okay. Now, it tells you on this roadmap what is DevOps, and then it tells you, okay, pick any programming language. You can pick any language. The goal is to learn how to write automation scripts. So I've been working on that. This is probably between programming and Linux. These are the two heavy lifting things right here out of this entire roadmap. And this is the beginner side of it as well. If you switch over to the detailed version, look at all this. This is a lot of stuff to learn, right? So if you can imagine, this is not a 2-month, 3-month process. But one of the things I want you to pay attention to when you go on like this roadmap, because a lot of the roles, especially in tech, they have roadmaps specifically that can kind of tie into what you've already identified in steps 1 through 3. Okay. I go over to the beginner version because in this little key, it tells you this is a recommendation that they recommend. Now, roadmaps was created by industry experts, managers, recruiters in an attempt to equip people with the type of information you need to really get the skills to break into these roles and to help out with the shortage. Okay. So, with that being said, purple is what they recommend. Green is like an alternative. And this gray right here is, do at your own pace. So when I switch over to this beginner, I'm only focusing on purple. If you notice, I've got operating system done already. I have networking and protocols done already. And I'm actually working on both of these simultaneously because some of the Linux commands and stuff, it actually kind of falls into Python. So those two go hand in hand. Okay. But it tells me specifically what I need to learn. Even in networking and protocols, it tells you exactly what you need to learn right here. All right. So that's roadmaps. And if you go to the home page, this is what I meant. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it. Okay. See, based on roles, front end, full stack, AI engineer, DevOps, cybersecurity. And if you click on these, it's going to have, look at this, hack the box, try hack me. It tells you exactly what it is you need in order to, now it seems like a lot, but I promise you, once you start going through it, it's going to be a piece of cake. Okay. So I'll put this tool, let me make a note of that so I can make sure I bring this tool. I'll put this link down there for you guys. So, like I said, you're going to prioritize them. And what are your absolute must-haves to get your foot in the door? And what are your nice-to-haves? I want to make this point. Your must-haves are things that you absolutely need to get the job. Let me pull up a description. So, systems administrator role. I want to show you, illustrate what I'm talking about. All right, let's pull this up. Actually, let's go to my LinkedIn. I'll share this with you guys. We're family. I'll share it with you guys. Let's see. So let's go to jobs. And I'm just going to pull up a role. Let's go here. All right. This is a good example. Okay. So things your brain. All right. Perfect. So going back, must-haves, in my opinion, are something like this. What you would bring to this role. These are your absolute must-have skills to get this systems administrator role at Morgan Stanley. Okay. Now, nice to haves will be here, desired skills. See, if you notice, the bachelor's degree, look at this, it even said in the first sentence, BS degree in CS is preferred but not mandatory. Anytime you see something that is preferred but is not mandatory, that is a nice to have. But if you see something that says, hey, this is what you're bringing to the role, that is a must have. Let me find one more example for you guys, because I want to I want to drill home this point. I want to bring home this point so you understand where I'm coming from. Boom. Primary, let's see, requirements, skill. All right, perfect. Here's another one. Okay. Primary responsibilities. This is going to be must-haves. All right. These skills right here. No, actually, requirements. Here you go. Requirements right here. Skills and competencies. This will be your must-haves. This will be your nice-to-haves. And if you notice, companies list it differently, but I want you to get used to kind of reading between the lines with what they're saying. Let me see if I can find one more, a better example of that. Let's go to Figma, security engineer. Boom, here we go. We'll love to hear from you if you have these. These are must-haves. Must-have skills right here. Okay? While not required, it's an added plus if you also have these. These are nice to haves. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by once you have your lists, prioritize them. What are must haves and what are nice to haves? These are things that you can develop over time. So your action item for step 4 is create 2 columns on one piece of paper or on a Word doc. And you want to put your what I have and what I need and fill them both out. And this is where you be real with yourself. And then based off of whatever you have and what you need, you'll prioritize them with this is what I absolutely must have to get the job. And this is what will be nice to have that I can get down the road. And you're done with step 4. Easy peasy, like my kids say, lemon squeezy. Just as simple as that. All right.